Hey guys, and welcome to another awesome episode of BHL's Sports Weekly, your weekly source for news and events in sports. Today we're talking about how Popovich is being typical Popovich, how LeBron has launched his campaign for Coach of the Year, and a snitch in Laker Nation. All that and more up next on Sports Weekly.
You are tuned into Black Hollywood Live, Sports Weekly.
Oh, yeah.
What? Tell. D'Angelo Russell, this is for you.
Stop snitching.
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches. Hey, pull up your britches.
I mean, me and Dre and I are the only ones crunk. Everyone else over there is on their phones. What the
Hey,
heck?
we're tweeting the live link right now. You know?
Well, let me tweet it
That
to
live
you.
link.
Kind of get our.
All right, guys, watching Sports
What's
Weekly,
up?
BHL, every Thursday night, 7 o'clock. I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, and on Instagram at Erica Renee D.
I am Andre Dana. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Andre with a U, A-U-N-D-R-E.
Hey, I'm Raina, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Raina_Ale.
Look, I'm telling y'all right now. Look, hold up. Hey, what's up, everybody? You can find me on social media, Joshua Johnson, my Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, and what else is there?
Periscope.
JJ the Talented. Look me up and find me, please.
AKA Milk Dud.
Milk Dud.
My boy.
Mocha.
And as always, I know, and this is Milk Dud, Mocha, Lie Your Pants on Fire, and Chocolate. Okay, inside joke. As always, follow all things Black Hollywood on BlackHollywoodLive.com. Follow Black Hollywood Live on Twitter at BHL Online. Also, follow us on Instagram at The Sports Weekly. And do you guys all have YouTube pages? Follow us on YouTube too, at our names, whatever.
Yeah, just Google it.
Okay, yes. All right. It's been a hot week in sports, and we started off the show with Tell
Project Pat.
by Project Pat, because there is somebody who's telling on others in Los Angeles, of course, on the Lakers. What other team would that
Now,
happen?
we're gonna trade him over to the Clippers
Yeah,
after this season.
whatever. We don't want to, Raina.
Yes, so D'Angelo Russell has been getting a lot of publicity on social media these days. He leaked a video of a private conversation between him and Nick Young, where Nick confesses that he had some relations with other women, and the reason why this video got so big time is because Nick is engaged to rapper Iggy Azalea and put his personal business out there. So D'Angelo has been isolated from the team. Lakers organization had said that that's how the teammates are handling the situation. And yesterday, Nick and D'Angelo made some separate remarks before, and they addressed the media before the game. Nick decided to keep his personal life kind of off this, just not to tell anybody about it, but D'Angelo was like, I feel sick, I'm sorry about it, and there's that. Iggy got a hold of the video and tweeted, quote, I see D'Angelo Russell is trending right now. I actually liked his film. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Nothing has been said about their relationship. Not sure if the wedding is still happening or if it's postponed even more. But D'Angelo Russell is known as a snitch.
He's a
now on the
snitch.
team. He is a snitch. So, guys, how would you handle a situation if you were on the Lakers and you were his teammate, or if you had a teammate that snitched on you or put you in this position?
Josh, this is your team.
Hold on, why you going to me first? I was going to say let the snitch go first. Our resident snitch.
Cameras.
Oh, I'm the snitch.
Our resident snitch
Okay,
can go.
so I'm the resident snitch. Okay, well, I'm trying to get my little thoughts together. So I want to share something with you guys that I saw. And this is really good.
Hold on.
Okay, you ready?
Uh-oh.
It was all good just a week ago. Snitching is a lifetime scar. You'll always be in prison, just minus the bars. Streets is watching. Imaginary player, girls, girls, girls. All these are Jay-Z quotes or songs. These are all very relevant quotes and or songs to the D'Angelo Russell situation. And I stole that from my friend Marquise. Thanks, Marquise. I want to let you know. That's all I have to say about
Support.
this.
Give him his credit.
Yeah, I gotta give him his credit. But no, if I was a Laker right now, first of all, I'd be like, yes, Lord, the season's almost over. This has been the worst season ever.
Okay.
I mean, she got what?
Most certainly.
Right. But I wouldn't really want to be around him. I know it sounds very high school because what happens between two players and two people is really just their business. But I honestly would hold him with a long-handled spoon. I wouldn't really want to talk to D'Angelo Russell right now. I don't know.
It's so unfortunate.
Is that immature?
It's so unfortunate just because that's the last thing they need on that team right now. Just the fact that they not doing great playing together. They trying to figure out and move pieces and figure out what they gonna do for next year when Kobe leaves. So the chemistry. Oh my gosh, and that's the worst thing that happened at the end of the season. Now you got to deal with that. Now they about to go into workouts. You got to work out with these cats and sweat, blood, tears, try to get prepared for the next season. It's just really, really unfortunate. And I can't say that I wouldn't want to play with them, but I couldn't mess with him though.
Yeah.
I couldn't mess with him though because that's like the G code, man. You can't just put nobody's business out there like that, regardless of whether it's good or bad. This your teammate. He probably told you on strength, thinking that that you was somebody close to him. You don't know what he might have been trying to get it off his chest. Feeling bad about what he was doing.
He wasn't feeling bad about it. He wasn't feeling bad
but you
about
never know though. You never know though. But the thing is, it's just. The camaraderie with your teammate, that's supposed to be your brother. Like, why would you do that to your brother? Why would you do that? Like, it's just so unfortunate, man, and it's disappointing. And man, if they wouldn't have, they paid him a lot of money.
Well, here's my question is this, and maybe you guys know, how did the public, how did that tabloid site get access to the video? Like, was it hacked from his cloud? Did he send it to a girlfriend? Did he send it to a guy? Like, how did Iggy Azalea put
Nobody really knows. There hasn't been a statement saying like how the video was leaked. I think he sent it to the wrong friend. I think this was like a conversation with one of his boys, and one of them probably like, yo, I got this video.
Yeah.
How much you want for it? Like, I think that's what happened because it hasn't been said like how
this. You think it was money? Like it?
I think so. I mean, I don't know.
He don't need no money.
He doesn't
but
need
maybe
it.
one of his
the
homeboys.
friend, the homie that got
the hangers on.
Right. So I think maybe
This is just a
D'Angelo
theory.
was like,
We don't know.
Yeah. Maybe like he was
okay.
texting friends like, yo, Nick just admitted that he cheated on Iggy. Here you go. Look at the video.
But what guy would do that? Like, why would a guy be so excited about another guy talking about his infidelity?
Because he's jealous.
Sure.
No, but that's what I want to say.
Okay.
Like, as a grown man, what he did was wrong. Having his nose in another grown man's business and then telling it. As a human being, you don't tell someone else's business. As a teammate, when you're talking with your teammate in the hotel room about stuff like that, that's guy talk. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't go and run and tell it. Right. So what he did was definitely wrong. I think this is the only time that someone can cheat and it not be the biggest story, especially with Nick Young being engaged to an international superstar. Lucky for him. But I'm kind of embracing the story for the fact that now we can finally get some movement in the Lakers organization because they'll probably get rid of Nick Young, who's averaging 7 points a game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet what they would do with Russell because
you got to keep him though. He's the future of your franchise.
The number 2 pick. So, I mean, I've heard some reports that, hey, it's possible they could just get rid of him, but I don't really see that happen at this point over something like this. But they did right to isolate him. That's what you do, when this goes down in the locker room. You don't want to be associated with someone who has now the label of being a snitch, and he'll have that for the rest of his career. Now, what he has to do now is play better than he's playing, averaging 13 points and 3.5 assists. He's got to go above and beyond that in the coming seasons and make everyone forget about this, which they won't. But at least if you can play well, I mean, we forgot about Kobe. I'm not saying he's going to be Kobe, though. I mean, Kobe did the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. He's Kobe. I think that's his wrong. I mean, that he messed up.
It?
He
recorded it.
Like on the sneak?
He had a phone
underneath his chin or something.
And he
was recording it.
And Nick obviously didn't know he was being recorded because Nick was just chilling, watching TV, just talking to him, and then you can hear Russell talking and asking these questions. So it's clear that it was him.
And it was the way that it was kind of obscured.
Yeah,
so it was kind of hidden.
It was a weird angle.
But I heard there was a longer version of the video, which I didn't get a chance to find or see. Did you guys see the longer version?
I didn't see. Honestly,
I've
had a hard time watching it because, again, and I don't want to act like we're making excuses for Nick Young because I guess at the heart of this situation is that he was cheating on his fiance. But then to me that's like another story.
That's another story
because, I mean, a lot of men in high profile positions, particularly athletes, have open relationships. So we don't really know what Iggy and Nick's arrangement might be. So I'm not dismissing that he could be quote unquote wrong, but I do want to say that the way that D'Angelo did it was obviously he was interrogating him and probing him for.
I got a question for y'all being females. From a female perspective, to be on the other side, like
being
Iggy's
Iggy's
side,
position?
how would you feel? Like, what would you do? Would you still go through it, everything, knowing and listening for sure, knowing that he said that and it came out of his mouth?
If I'm Iggy, I would.
Yeah, me too.
Because Iggy she's had a couple of hits, and I think that she's in a position where she wants career and stability in her fame more so than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got like every like rapper and hip hop star takes shots at her on Twitter, on Instagram. They take shots at her at award shows. So her little hip hop street cred is dying real fast.
Yeah, really.
And so to have a black man on her arm who's very immersed into the hip hop culture helps her brand. So if I'm Iggy, from a business standpoint, I'm going to stay with him.
Are you gonna stay with? Oh, I thought you were saying you're gonna get rid of him.
No, I would stay. For Iggy Azalea.
But don't you think that'll even hurt her even more?
I don't think so. I mean, because people.
I think it makes her look bad.
Because if you get rid of him, then you kind of get like the sympathy from the everyone like from America, rather than we hate you kind of thing. It's kind of like, okay, this is the woman who was done wrong, so let's look at her that
woman
way
scorned,
now.
yeah.
Woman
Right.
scorned.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I heard that, I would leave him in a minute. Not regardless of like my business, my brand. That's like my heart, my reputation. I mean, I don't know their situation. I don't know if this is a business relationship. I don't know if it's for show. I don't know if they're really in love. But I'm saying, like, if I heard my man telling his teammate about all these women, regardless, I'm out. Like, that's very hurtful for you to hear your man cheating on you, and especially it's more embarrassing.
It's
for her.
embarrassing.
It's all
Maybe she
over the
already knew, though.
internet.
That's why I'm saying, like,
we don't
what I
know
think,
their
too.
situation.
Yeah,
I wonder
We don't
if
know.
she knew. I mean,
Her tweet
Do you
seemed
think-
to me. Her tweet seemed like she was being sarcastic. That's how I caught it.
I think it was
I saw
very
the tweet. I thought that as
sarcastic.
well.
Yeah.
Do you think it's different just because she's a celebrity? Like, if she wasn't a celebrity, would everybody shun her more for like staying with it? You know what I mean? Because like you said, you believe that a lot of athletes cheat and do that.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
just
So-
guys in general, but particularly athletes, because I mean, they have so much access to every kind of vagina they want.
Right.
It's like endless panties. And I think for Iggy, again, like I think in her situation. Again, I don't know their situation. I don't know their relationship, so I'm just only speculating. But like when D Wade had a baby on Gabrielle Union, everyone was like, "You better leave him. You better leave him."
Yeah,
and because she's so beautiful, she's so established, and she's so well spoken, intelligent, educated. She's all the things that you would want in a woman and a daughter and a wife and a sister. Iggy, on the other hand, is just like, why are you even relevant? So for Gabrielle Union, I would have been like, yeah, leave him. You're so much better than that. But for Iggy Azalea, I'm like, you better try to take what you can get.
Gabby Union is a different look. That's definitely a different look, like you just said. But I think from the Gabby standpoint, it was more like I will probably look better if I'm the one that stands strong amid the storm.
Oh, see, I disagree with you.
Yeah, you don't think so? Like it'll reflect better on me because she does have that image as a sophisticated, strong, driven,
woman,
black woman. And if she can weather that storm, she looks even stronger for it.
But now they have he has his babies, his 2 sons from his previous marriage, and his nephew that he's been raising as a son. And every time they have family pictures and family anything, it's always only those 3. They never include the break baby. So I disagree. Like
I mean,
you're so silly. I don't know. Whatever.
So, bringing us back to D'Angelo and the Lakers, how do you think this will affect their chemistry for next season? I know this season is pretty much over with. I don't know if you guys watched the game last night.
Yeah, they won.
Could you see a difference
awesome,
in how they were interacting with each other? Because there was a video that I didn't watch the game, but I did see how I think it was Randall made a shot and D'Angelo kind of was just like, everyone was all hyped, and D'Angelo kind of jumped on him and he was just like, kind of like pushed him off a little bit.
Cooties.
Like, how do you think that their chemistry is going to be affected next season if D'Angelo's still on the team?
I think he needs to leave.
You think D'Angelo needs to leave,
But it's higher powers. You know what I mean? That he can't just say I'm gonna leave because you're in a contract. But I don't think he's gonna be comfortable there.
I think he's done pretty much in any team though.
No.
Like, any teammate knowing the situation wouldn't want to play with him.
Well, he's got.
I mean, he's gonna
basketball
play. He's
career
gonna play,
still.
but I'm just saying, like, it would just affect their chemistry regardless.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, wow.
he's a snitch. He's known as that. And like, if
That's
he
a
comes to your
bad name.
team, like, everyone's just
He might not have any friends. He
Yeah.
might not make any best friends in the locker room on any team he goes. But I mean, I think it's gonna blow over. Like, I mean, I think it's gonna blow over. I think this is gonna be one of those things in about 5 or 6 months. Like, just wait till football season starts. It's gonna be like, oh, you remember that time? And then let the Lakers have a strong start at the beginning of next season. It's gonna blow over. Like, we're not even gonna be talking about this like this.
You think it's a blowover as well?
I mean, I think he'll always be known for this, for sure. I wouldn't say his basketball career is over, for sure. That's not the case. And like Erica said, he won't make many friends inside the locker room.
True.
But at some point, if the teams are just going to have to be like, look, you're on our team now. If he goes to the Lakers, stays with the Lakers, or goes somewhere else, you're on our team. We got to play with you, and just suck it up.
Right.
They can't just not pass the ball. That's
Well, he's point guard.
I just feel like chemistry is everything, especially on the court, off the court, whatever. You don't have to hang out, but like, it's just something about a teammate that like you don't know. I don't know, something about it. Anyways, moving on to my last question.
Okay.
What do you think is worse? Who do you think broke the bro code? D-Russ or Derek Fisher dating Matt Barnes' ex-girlfriend? What do you think is...
Russell,
I think D'Angelo, too.
D'Angelo? What about you? Like, dating your teammate and friend's ex...
Or, your ex-teammates.
Ex-teammates. But... They're still friends. I feel like there's still like a relationship between them.
Obviously not.
No. You're not teammates. They weren't friends when they were teammates. And him and Barnes and Govan were broken up and officially divorced, right?
I don't know if they were.
I don't know.
But they were definitely broken up and separated. So I don't think there's a comparison. This is by far worse.
Dre, hurry up.
Glory was fair game.
Hurry up, Dre.
No, I think the D-Russ, man. D-Russ snitches. Stitches get snitches.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. That quote. Yeah. I'm steady strong on that quote. And speaking of another quote, Tony Parker said that.
Not so fast. We're gonna talk some golf for one quick second.
Did you give your what do you think? D-Russ or
D-Russ is worse.
Oh, she said that.
I think D-Russ too, but did you guys see Matt Barnes' post today?
I didn't see what it say.
It was of Derek Fisher saying like, I think he was like, what bro code or something like that.
That's funny.
Matt
Barnes is in his feelings.
I was going to say, why would he even post that? He's definitely in his feelings.
DraftKings.
Like,
why would you do that?
You guys.
You don't want to...
DraftKings, Josh.
You don't want to tease it with
what?
Syracuse?
No, I want to talk about golf right now.
All right, go ahead.
Guys, play DraftKings.com. For golf, though, not football, not basketball. I'm talking about golf now. Golf's first major is right around the corner, and you can play 1 week fantasy golf for free at DraftKings.com. I don't know if you guys play golf. They're not even, whatever. They don't care. They don't even care.
I like golf.
It's super easy. I don't play either. But I will play fantasy golf on DraftKings.com. Just pick your 6 golfers before the tee off. That's very important. You got to stay under the salary cap, and you can just rack up points for streaks. You can rack up points for per hole performances, tournament finishes, and more. And so just remember, this is not fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings.com. And when you go, make sure you use the promo code BLACK so they know that we sent you. And as we love to say, if you win some money, you make sure you cut us a check and send it to AfterBuzz TV.
That's pretty dope, though.
It is.
Like, to be able to do that with golf. That's pretty cool. But, yes, it's a lot of stuff going on right now in the NBA. And one thing that I'm pretty disappointed about, which I guess I may understand it a little bit, but I'm disappointed because Big Greg Papa said he's sitting his starters out for the last 2 meetings between the Spurs and the Warriors.
Good.
Why? Because I'm a fan of basketball to an extent, and I like to see the best players go up against the best players. And man, why you gotta sit them cats out, man? I want to see them cats play. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that this is cool? Y'all think this is like a good mechanism to kind of rest them, or do you think that they should play? What do y'all think about that?
I think it's a good idea for Pop to rest his star players because with the playoffs coming soon, like you want to have your main players well rested. And yes, playing against the Warriors, that's a big game, but they're going to face them most likely in the playoffs, and that's when it counts, really. I think the seeds are. I don't know. Are the seeds set already?
Well, 1 through 4. 1 through 4 are pretty much like set. I mean, they're not locked. 1, 2, and 3 are, but you pretty much know that it's going to be Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry, Warriors, Spurs, OKC, and the Clippers. So that's 1 through 4. So basically, like, you can't. Clippers aren't moving up or down because like we're so far behind OKC and so far ahead of Memphis. Golden State's not moving down. Spurs aren't moving up or down. So it's like, I like that he set them because there's no reason. You're not playing for anything. At this point.
And God forbid one of them have a stupid injury that happens in these games that,
But
I think that's probably the best.
They do this every year. They sit out. They sit the starters at the end of the season. This is what Pop does, and Pop's going to do what he do. And
he sits them during the season too. Sometimes.
Yeah. And these are some old guys. They still play, but they're old guys who have a lot of mileage on their legs. So definitely a good idea to sit them. But I don't know. It's the
All-
Warriors
all-
though. Like they
all
got
of-
tickets against the
right.
Warriors, and it would be so great for the NBA. Well, okay, I think it's better for the NBA if the Warriors broke the record, but it
True.
would be also great if they had to face some adversity in doing so, because we know San Antonio can beat the Warriors for sure. So.
But see, that just goes to show how intelligent and how basketball, how intelligent he is, because he's thinking, okay, we're not gonna break the record.
Yeah.
So I don't care if Golden State breaks the record, because all that really matters is who wins the championship, and they can break the record if they want to, but if the Spurs win the championship, to hell with your little, breaking the Bulls 95-96 record. So
Right.
I think Pop is thinking big picture.
And that's Pop. He doesn't even care, and him and the Spurs don't even care about the whole record. And that's definitely what he does. That's not even in
That's
their
why he's
So
in
y'all
their
don't
scope.
think it's any
But
hidden agendas behind it?
like
No.
a conspiracy
I
as
kinda-
far
I
as the
do.
NBA wanting the publicity in the press of Warriors breaking that record, it's
Right.
possible.
Oh, see, I think the hidden agenda is Pop not wanting to show all his cards, because when playoffs start, and if it ends up being Warriors and Spurs in the Western Conference Finals, he's gonna do his Popovich thing, but there's no telling what kind of offensive schemes he's gonna come up with to face the Warriors in a 7-game series. So I think he's trying to hold his cards. That's what I think. I think that's what his hidden agenda is. Not particularly rest, but you're not gonna know my strategy until it matters.
I retract that. I don't think it's a conspiracy.
I agree. I kind of agree to an extent, though. I think that it's definitely one of those things where we don't want you to see what we got, not hands on. If you're gonna see what we got, you better go watch some film on somebody we done played in the past, but you're not about to see what we got versus you so close going into the playoffs. And I think that's what I think that might be the little hidden agenda strategy. But from another perspective, though, what about like the fans, though? Do y'all think that that's fair
Well-
for the fans? Do you think they could lose a little bit of money knowing that these guys aren't going to play? You think that could possibly affect some ticket sales or stuff like that?
I mean, Josh is saying no.
I say no, because San Antonio has a very strong fan base, and they're going to support their team even if it's the second string. And the thing is, I mean, I would love to go out and see San Antonio's second string face the Warriors and give them
That's true.
Good
That's
run
a good point.
and give them some competition. And whenever Golden State comes into town, people do want to see that show. That's a fun
true.
show to see. So I don't think it's going to hurt ticket sales. And this could be a chance for Pop to say, okay, second string guys, go out there and play hard and see what you can do, because this is the kind of competition you might have to face later on down the line in the playoffs.
And Popovich is always sitting his starters, like this is not the first time he's done this. He does it he does it before playoffs, he does it during the season. And so I think Spurs fans are used to this. So they're not gonna, he didn't spring anything new on them. And also, even though Tony Parker's a star, Ginobili's a star, Tim Duncan's a star, they're not like stars. So I think Spurs fans just go to the game to watch some good old-fashioned basketball.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're missing Kobe or Steph Curry or Carmelo, LeBron. Like they're just watching the guys next door play.
They're one collective star.
Yeah, they are.
All together. Synergy.
Yeah.
Well, on that, honestly, I agree with everybody, but I think that what makes the Warriors so great and so cool to watch is because they play so good together as a team. You know what I mean? Like LeBron is great. Like we love to see LeBron, but I don't think nobody's playing as good as the Warriors are as a team, which means like getting everybody involved, etc. But I think it's good for the Spurs because they got some older guys that may not be around for too long, so that gives the younger guys a chance to go out there, like you said, and prove that they can play and get some experience. So it is what it is. That's my line. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
All right. I guess
Appreciate
does that
it.
mean that it's me
Ride
next?
with me.
Me next. Oh, talking some more. This is a very NBA heavy show today.
Yeah,
Jeez.
It sure is.
We looping it up.
I love it.
I know. Yeah.
All NBA.
LeBron cannot help himself or his team, or can he? Tuesday night, the Rockets faced the Cavaliers in Cleveland, and they rallied back from a 19-point deficit to beat the Cavaliers on their own home court. And what's really interesting about this is that if you watch the footage of the game, or if you watch the game itself, you'll see like Tyronn Lue, obviously the coach, is coaching, but in most of the frames, you'll see like LeBron like standing over him. He's so tall, he towers over Tyronn anyway. But
So does Iverson. Step over.
Oh, so yeah, exactly. Oh, you're funny.
That was good.
That's a throwback, yeah. So LeBron basically coached the team. And you could see him in the players' huddle, coaching, giving instructions, acting like a coach, dressed like a coach. I just want to know what you guys think about player-coach situations, particularly when it comes to LeBron and the Cavs. Is the LeBron player-coach situation hurting the Cavs, or is it helping them?
I think it's absolutely hurting them. I think you need to sit down and play your role as a player and not try to be a coach or try to be anything else, because people respect you for what you do on the basketball field. On the basketball court. And yeah, you're not the coach, and I believe that that's part of the reason why they probably lost. You know what I mean? Because he's trying to give his 2 cents when you're not a coach. You don't see everything. You don't see everything from that perspective, especially when you're out there on the court playing every day, playing games. You're not understanding. You're not seeing it from that other perspective.
Okay.
And I think Lou is probably intimidated. What you gonna say? What you gonna say to LeBron James?
Not a damn thing.
No, you sit down and let me coach. You know what I mean? But I think overall that's bad for the team and for the chemistry, because they're like, well, who's our coach? You know what I mean? Do we have a coach? I mean, because LeBron James is playing and trying to draw up plays and tell us what to do, and that's not your job. That's not your position. And I think down the line, it's going to cause some problems.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's obviously LeBron's team, but being a coach and putting yourself in that role, like as a player, like I would respect LeBron's opinion, but him telling me what to do, showing me like on a board like where I should go, that would be like, okay, like that would just let's draw the line right. Let's just draw the line right there.
Yeah.
Like, you're my teammate, you are the best player on this team. I get it. Give me some pointers, but don't tell me what to do. Like, don't belittle me as a player. I put myself in a situation. I made it to the NBA myself. Don't treat me as such. Treat me as your teammate. Don't treat me as like you are above me, even though you are better.
Yeah.
You're the best player. But treat me as a human being, as your teammate. That's my standpoint on this.
I think it has to do with the culture of the team, the Cavs team, because certainly not a lot of people thought that Tyronn Lue would have been head coach at this point, and not sure how him being a head coach would affect the team. So, I mean, there could be a dynamic with him and LeBron, and just an understanding with the team that, hey, LeBron is going to, he has a leadership role in this, and he's going to give his input whenever he sees fit, because it is, quote unquote, LeBron's team, and he is the man on that team. And it's not an unheard of situation where the man on the team does give, his take with how the team operates on the floor. Like Jordan, Kobe, Magic, these guys all did it because they're the leaders of their team, and there has to be some kind of vocability, if that's even a word, from the leader to say, okay, you need to be here, you need to do this, and you need to do this. Because, I mean, sometimes the coach can say it, but as the coach isn't on the floor, it's LeBron on the floor. And so maybe when they hear from him, they hear it differently. But it just depends on the dynamic as a team. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, because certainly I have seen some big names and some greats do this. So it's not uncommon.
Okay, let me ask you this, and I can't speak specifically to this, maybe you guys can, but you talked about Jordan and Magic Johnson being those types of leaders. But LeBron has more than just a leadership role on the court. He's like helping make like general management type decisions when, like the whole team is based around his contract and what he's willing to do and him leaving Miami. Was Jordan pulling those kinds of strings like back in the day? Was he saying, this is a team that I want, do this or else? I'm going to have a year-to-year basis type contract. Like, I don't know that Magic and Michael had their hands in the general management ears the way LeBron does. And that, to me, if that is a difference, then that's a huge difference, because I don't think that any player should be the jury, the judge, the executioner. I don't think, like Doc Rivers, I love him. I think we're having problems because he's the coach and the general manager. Like, he's the head of operations. I think when one person has too much power on one team, be it a coach or a player, I think that's when you see stuff falling apart, because that person's not answering to anybody else.
Right, because I feel like the players, especially for the Cavs, they are more worried about being LeBron's friend or being on his good side than actually like playing their game, because LeBron is the one to make the decision. I mean, it looks like it from our point of view. So.
Well, I mean, it's a different NBA.
Okay.
Than it was back then, but we don't know how much of a hand that those players had back then.
It's different.
But certainly there wasn't as much access then as there is now to know the inner workings of an organization. So we don't know that. And so like right now in this NBA with LeBron at least organizing everything that happens on the court, we don't really know even if. I mean, I get the fact that he can, based on his contract, kind of dictate what happens with the team from a general management standpoint, but he isn't the end-all be-all there.
I don't know about that.
So
I feel like they coddle and cater to him.
I think what exposed that is the coaching change. I think that's what kind of started everything.
But is it confirmed?
not confirmed, but it's like
it's hella speculation.
Yeah.
It absolutely
Smoke,
is.
fire, it's all
Yeah.
there.
And I think that's the reason why, because he has so much power and he has so much control and he has so much influence, I think that's the reason why they didn't win last year. And I think that's the reason why they're not going to win this year.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Because when you look at the Golden State Warriors, the only thing that you can say about them when you look at them on the court is, damn, they're having a good time. They're playing good basketball. You don't see players with egos going over there talking to the coach. You have to trust your coach and let him do what he's being paid to do.
Or
You know what I mean?
if you have somebody like Steph Curry on the court, who I kind of think might as well just be the coach, you just act like you're not the coach. Like, you know, maybe I don't know. Like maybe Steph is like calling some of the shots, but we would never know. But you have to give that reverence. You have to defer to
you
your.
should have enough
keep the
respect
facade.
for your teammates
Yeah.
and for what you're doing and where you are to not want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, just sit back. You
Sit
can
back.
do it, but when the cameras are off, you don't have
True.
to do it when you know it's a timeout.
Nobody's
You know
watching.
damn well that everybody's watching you at the table.
Okay, look,
you know what I mean?
watching LeBron at the table, speaking of, he did not sign a long-term deal. He has kind of a year-to-year type thing, and a lot of analysts were saying that the reason his contract was structured this way was so that when the television money, commercial money came in next year, he could be in a position to earn more money. But recently, there's been a lot of, he's been doing some not-so-subliminal activity on social media. He was in Miami with D-Wade a few weeks ago working out, and they were just having fun. It's during the season. Remember, LeBron sometimes during the season kind of, holds back on what he's doing in personal life. But he was hanging out with D-Wade. He unfollowed the Cavs on Twitter. And some recent reports say that LeBron, there's a likelihood he might leave the Cavaliers again. So do you think that LeBron unfollowing the Cavs on Twitter, that LeBron, showing, basically overshadowing Tyronn Lue, him buying this $21 million house in Brentwood in Los Angeles, California, do you think that these are the signs that he's getting ready to do exit Cleveland part due?
I don't think that it's so tough. I don't think that he'll leave because, again, everything is going his way. You know what I mean? He's getting to make these decisions. He's getting to determine damn near how much money he makes when he plays. You know what I mean? And that's kind of unbelievable and kind of unheard of. But he's really getting to make those type of decisions. Now, I think he's going to hit a road in his career where he's going to be very, very confused because he says and he claims that he wants to win championships. But if you want to win championships, focus on the court and your play and what you're doing when you're on the court, not the coaching and trying to make these other decisions and I want to make this much money, so I'm just gonna sign a if you love the game and that's what you love doing and you want to win a championship, then play the game and don't worry about all the other antics and everything else. The money will come. You have plenty money. You have so much money you can't even ask for any more money.
Yeah.
You won't even spend all your money before you die.
Right.
Your kids will be good, they'll be good, and then they'll be good. So focus on the game. If you really say you want to win a championship, then just play the game and take your team there. You don't have to coach. Michael Jordan didn't have to coach. Larry Bird didn't have to coach. They played the game. That's what they did.
But it's still a different NBA now. And here's the thing. They said LeBron hasn't won a championship yet, and he won championships. And the only thing that's left now is for him to win in Cleveland. But I don't think that's more important than LeBron making as much money as he can. And LeBron said he wants to be the first billion-dollar athlete. He wants to go out there and make $1 billion. And what's more than NBA money is endorsement money. And as long as LeBron can get his brand up and get those numbers, those jerseys selling, those endorsement dollars coming in, he's going to do what he needs to do, because I think that is more to LeBron, has a bigger effect for LeBron than winning for Cleveland, I think, at this point.
So you think he'll leave Cleveland again?
I think it's a possibility because
Wow.
he's done some things in the past that I think it seemed just like it's a PR thing. It's a PR thing, and so I think for him, if he can find the right situation that's going to boost his bank account even more and possibly his brand, I think he'll do it.
I think that he is planning on leaving because not only I think he's like just those signs are not. I think he's purposely unfollowing, publicly hanging out with D-Wade, but also because of a tweet or a statement that he said, it would be fun to play with
CP,
Dwayne
yeah.
Wade.
I saw that.
Dwayne Wade, and he even said that I would take a pay cut to do that.
Yeah.
So I think after seeing that LeBron is just unhappy with Cleveland. He's just unhappy there. That's his home. The money's great. basketball, he's always going to be a great player, but he's just unhappy. And I think that after that, saying that tweet and, hanging out with D-Wade and everything and saying that he'll take a pay cut for that, I think that's probably in the works for sometime next season.
And what was so crazy was he posted that meme on Instagram where it had like Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, him saying like he would do anything, and Dwayne Wade to do anything to play with those guys. And he had none of his his teammates in it.
Yeah,
now.
that's kind of,
you know what I mean?
it's a low
And
blow,
then Kyrie Irving actually went back and posted something and was like, hey, I would love to be a part of that too. And I it was a meme, and I wish that I had it. But even if we can put it up next time, it's worth it because this is kind of an ongoing thing.
Yeah, that's true.
What it seems to be happening like. So that was pretty crazy.
Wow.
For you to kind of shun all of your current teammates and not even add one of them. And it was only the thing is it was only 4 guys in the meme. So why not add one of your teammates? You know what I mean? Like if you can't play with 4.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
That's a good
what I mean?
point.
So I
think though he's definitely marketing savvy, and the team behind him is marketing savvy, and they're gonna market him in the best way possible to get his whole media sports.
Who, the Cavaliers
empire.
or
no,
any team?
His team. No, his marketing team behind him. I think he's got his boys who he's known since
his
way
homeboys,
back.
yeah.
They have a sports agent firm and the marketing. So I think he's gonna, he's cranking up the engine to do something big.
Yeah, if LeBron leaves again, I think even though, like you said, Dre, he's made more money than anyone ever needs to make in life, I think that for at least a short time, his brand will take a hit because people are going to be like Midwesterners, people who believe in Akron, who believe in Cleveland.
It's a lot.
That they're going to be burning jerseys, which again is stupid, but I think that his brand is going to take a hit. He's going to go back to being the villain. Right now, he's a good guy. Right now, he's like the big, nice, smiling, happy family guy. But you leave Cleveland again, you do that same SHIT again.
Especially after losing 2 back-to-back years in the championship. Like losing, well, not to say that they're even going to get all the way there, but losing last year and then to come back and to lose again and then leave, to me shows that when situations get tough and things aren't going your way, you just skedaddle.
That's not good, yeah.
And that's not a good look for anybody. Unfortunately, he's LeBron James and he's rich and people want him and they want his brand and they want him to be a part of their brand. But I just think it's a bad look overall, and I'm kind of losing respect for him as a player.
Dang.
Personally.
Builds with your team.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's take a step down to NCAA's, to the guys who want to be the next LeBron. And let me get your predictions for the Final Four coming up this Saturday.
Both games
are on Saturday. So we've got, who's in it? Villanova
versus Oklahoma. Both of them are 2 seeds.
North Carolina versus Syracuse.
10 seed versus the 1 seed.
Yeah, which is amazing for Syracuse. Both their men and women's teams are in the Final Four. And Syracuse, if you were taking the odds back in, I think, the middle of January, and you had Syracuse winning, if you placed $100 on Syracuse winning the championship, if that does happen, you could get $100,000. $100 would get you $100,000 because I think at that point the odds were 1,000 to 1.
Dang.
And Syracuse is now in the Final Four, but they are playing North Carolina, which is favored to take it all. So
can we time travel back and go and place that bet? Is there a way that we can do that?
I wish we could. I wish we could.
Man.
$25 a piece.
But hey, DraftKings, who knows?
Right. We got to figure something out. DraftKings, holla at us. We're about to figure something out.
But who do you guys think is going to take it?
These 2 games or just the whole thing?
These 2 games and the whole thing.
Oh, no.
I was upset after the first couple rounds. I low-key was just like, I'm over it because I lost. But I would say I think I'm going to take Villanova over Oklahoma. And I'm going to take UNC over Syracuse. And so to win it all, I'm going to go with Villanova.
Okay. All right.
I'm taking Oklahoma and UNC, and I'm going to say Oklahoma. Okay. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
I'm taking Oklahoma. You know I holds it down for the Big 12. And,
oh yeah.
And I'm taking Syracuse. You know why?
What?
Because I made a comment about things was kind of happening like they typically do, and they turned out not to be happening like they typically do. I think that
meaning you made bad predictions.
Yeah, I made a bad prediction.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I think this may be the year of upsets. It was
It definitely is.
It was a
You're
bunch
so
of
far,
upsets at the
yes.
beginning. It was a few of them in the middle, and I think that it might end with a few at the end. So I say OU and Syracuse, and I think Syracuse is going to pull the whole
Oh,
thing
look
out.
at you.
That would
Am I the
definitely be
only
a good
one
story.
picking
Wouldn't it be
Who
crazy?
does it?
though? Wouldn't it be amazing?
I would want that. I'm pulling for Syracuse myself. I like how they're.
So you think Syracuse
both
beating
teams.
UNC? What about Villanova versus?
Wait, Josh, you're picking Syracuse to beat UNC.
Well, I want them to win.
Well, who are
Will
you
they
picking?
Yeah.
win? Will they win? We'll have to wait and see.
Oh no, you.
Oh,
the way they
no,
say,
no,
brother.
No, but there's one factor that I've seen I've heard a couple of podcasts say it, and I've seen a couple of articles about the dome effect. You guys heard the dome effect? The fact that they're playing at NRG Stadium, which is a football field.
Yeah.
It's Houston.
Right, absolutely.
So huge football field, and typically though, what they've seen over the many games that have been played there is that the shooters are shooting of lower field goal percentage,
But-
both
yeah.
2-pointers and 3-pointers. So
But it healed.
that may have an effect. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that they're playing in this huge place. Maybe just the sight lines kind of throws you off, or the fact that just the air inside. I don't know. But if you look at the stats, it is the field goal percentages have tended to go down in domes, especially this one. So that could be a big deal for shooting teams that rely on shooting, like Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And but not so much of a big deal for Villanova and North Carolina, who rule the paint, well, especially
Yeah.
Bryce Johnson. So
Right.
I'm gonna go with Syracuse and wait, hold on, Syracuse over UNC. And I'm gonna go with Oklahoma over Villanova, but I'm gonna say Syracuse to take it off
Oh, I'm the only one.
for the Cuse.
So
Wait.
you have
Do it
North
for the Cuse, the
Carolina
orange.
No, I said Oklahoma, didn't I?
winning it all.
I think so. Yeah.
Oklahoma, you have
You did say
Syracuse.
Oklahoma. I got Syracuse winning
I
it
have
all, baby.
Villanova, and you have.
Syracuse.
Wait,
win it all.
wait, Dre, you have Syracuse
Me and
winning
Dre
all?
got Syracuse.
Oh no.
Who
Winning it all.
do you have winning it all?
You
I
said
got
Syracuse.
Syracuse winning it all.
And I have OU winning all. Josh, you have. I just threw my
Syracuse.
pen. Whatever. Thank you.
Oh, we're so loving.
Thank you. You're so nice. You have
I
Syracuse.
have Villanova. I'm the only one.
and then Raina, you got Villanova.
Yes.
Villanova. Okay. Well.
Don't let me down, guys.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, this is a nice pen.
That is. Yeah, I took this from work one day.
Oh, I love it. Any other little tidbits?
I
No.
just want to mention something real quick. So Virginia beat Louisville 63-47, right, during the regular season.
Okay.
We all know Syracuse beat Virginia, but Syracuse lost to Virginia 58-72. So just to show you that you can
anything can happen.
never predict off of like the schedule or off of the records or anything, because I think in college it's whoever shows up that day and plays the best game. Unlike
right,
NBA,
though.
you're
Yeah.
expected to go out and do stuff. You're getting paid to do it. NFL, the same thing, but it's different in college.
All you need is that one shiny moment. Shout out to Luther Vandross.
And the Lakers. Just kidding. The Clippers are shining right now. We're up 69-65 on OKC at the half. That's a really
They're not going
large.
to shine past the second round.
Listen.
Hey, aren't they playing OKC on Sunday? No, that's
We're playing them right now.
That's Houston and OKC. Never mind.
Okay.
That'll be a good game.
Guys, thank you for watching another fabulous edition of Sports Weekly.
And Erica's not a snitch. I was just saying.
I am a snitch.
And I'm not a liar.
I am a snitch.
She was just playing.
No, I was not playing. He said he was sick, and then I saw his Snapchat. He was having a party. It was a
We
mistake.
my-
need
Oh, I
to
was having-
record the behind the scenes so you guys can see. We should do that. We should
Erica
start
Renee
doing
Davis. You can find me on Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, and on Instagram at Erica Renee D.
I am Andre on Instagram and Twitter. That is it with the U.
And I'm Raina. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Raina_Ale.
that. Hold up. I just got a text from D'Angelo.
Oh.
Yeah. Joshua Johnson. You can find me on Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, Snapchat, all that. JJ the Talented. Hit me up.
As always, follow all things Black Hollywood Live on BlackHollywoodLive.com. Follow Black Hollywood Live on Twitter at BHL Online. Follow us on Instagram at The Sports Weekly. Until next Thursday, don't be stitches or snitches. Don't be snitches.
Don't be
Or you'll get
snitches.
stitches.
Oh, you get stitches, man.
Bye, y'all.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Christie, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.